Dear subscribers of L'Œil des Enseignants, dear viewers from around the world, welcome to this special broadcast. Today we present to you a major documentary entitled Nicolas Sarkozy, From the Splendors of the Republic to the Shadows of Prison Bars, tracing the spectacular fate of a man who once stood at the pinnacle of power in France before experiencing the most resounding fall of the Fifth Republic. Nicolas Sarkozy, born in 1955 in Paris, entered politics at a very young age. At just 23, he became a municipal councillor and then mayor of Neuilly-sur-Seine, one of the wealthiest towns in France. Charismatic, direct, sometimes divisive, he climbed the ranks of power at lightning speed. Budget minister in the 1990s, interior minister under Jacques Chirac before becoming president of the French Republic in 2007. His style of governance, described as hyper-presidential, shook up traditional norms. He made his mark through intense communication and a liberal discourse advocating merit, individual success, and a break with old politics. Nicolas Sarkozy's African policy is remembered for two major moments: the famous Dakar speech on July 26, 2007, and his proposal for a Marshall Plan for Africa. In this speech in Dakar, written by his advisor Henri Guénaud, Sarkozy acknowledged the crimes of colonialism, but also made remarks considered condescending, stating that the African man has not sufficiently entered into history. These words provoked immediate outrage across the continent, seen as an affront to African dignity. Later, in a 2016 interview, Nicolas Sarkozy tried to correct this perception. He stated that he wanted a new partnership based on equality and shared responsibility, while also proposing a broad economic development plan for Africa. But these political actions, marked by strong economic ties with certain African elites, never fulfilled that ambition. Many see this as a continuation of a France-Afrique policy tinged with personal and geostrategic interests. The presidential dream of 2007 would later become Nicolas Sarkozy's judicial nightmare. As early as 2012, suspicions of Libyan funding for his election campaign began to surface. Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi is said to have paid several million euros to support Sarkozy's victory. The investigation, long and complex, revealed suspicious money transfers, testimonies from former Libyan officials, and the existence of covert networks. Despite his repeated denials, the French judiciary has charged him with corruption, criminal conspiracy, and illegal campaign financing. After more than a decade of investigation, on September 25, 2025, the Paris Criminal Court delivered its verdict. Nicolas Sarkozy was sentenced to 5 years in prison, 2 of which are suspended for criminal conspiracy in the Libyan funding case. On October 21, 2025, the former president was incarcerated at La Santé prison in Paris. It is a historic event. Never before had a former head of state in France been imprisoned under the Fifth Republic. The country is in shock. Some hail it as a victory for justice and the rule of law. Others denounce it as a political humiliation. Meanwhile, in his cell, Nicolas Sarkozy is writing a new book, once again recounting a lifelong struggle for the truth, while his lawyers file a request for his release. Beyond his personal fate, his case becomes a symbol, the symbol of the limits of power and the responsibility that comes with it. From the Élysée Palace to Santé Prison, Nicolas Sarkozy's journey illustrates both the power and the fragility of political authority. His story raises a fundamental question. How did a man who embodied success and modernity end up ensnared by the pitfalls of money and justice? Beyond the individual, it is an entire political culture that is being called into question, one in which personal interests often end up overshadowing public ethics. And it is here that the true lesson of this fate lies. No one, absolutely no one, is above the law. Nicolas Sarkozy was convicted mainly for criminal conspiracy in connection with the illegal financing of his 2007 presidential campaign by Muammar Gaddafi's Libyan regime. The court found that he had conspired with his close associates to solicit funds from Libya, an organization considered criminal, with the aim of financing his campaign. Although the court did not find sufficient evidence that the money was actually received or used by the campaign, it emphasized the seriousness of the alleged corruption at a very high level, which undermines public trust in elected officials. He was acquitted of the charges of passive corruption and illegal campaign financing. This conviction is a first in France. A former president is serving a prison sentence, 5 years of which 2 are suspended, and will have to serve his sentence even if he appeals. This decision illustrates the determination of the judiciary to punish acts that undermine democracy, particularly the collusion between political leaders and foreign regimes to finance election campaigns. Sarkozy has always denied these facts, denouncing a political will to tarnish his reputation. His conviction marks a historic moment and a powerful symbol for the French Republic. Dear subscribers of L'Œil des Enseignants, this sad chapter in French political history should serve as a mirror for us. In every nation, and even more so in Africa, there are leaders who exploit the wealth of the people to feed their personal ambitions, forgetting that the greatness of a statesman lies in service, not in possession. To leaders around the world, remember that history always ends up passing judgment. Africa is not a reservoir for profit, but a continent of hope, dignity, and future. Thank you for watching this program. Keep subscribing, sharing, and commenting on our work. See you very soon on L'Œil des Enseignants, the channel where knowledge enlightens the mind and gives the people their voice back.